Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here. I wasn't sure how many people would be here since this is the first new on the new schedule stream for Sundays at 4. So appreciate you being here. Forgot my water inside, so that might be a problem. Logi is bored. Just got an EOS RP the other day. It's gotten me back into photography after a few months of burnout. Glad I could catch the stream. Well, I'm glad you're back in the swing of things. The burnout is very real. That's something everybody deals with. So, glad you're back in the swing of it. Glad you're here too. Simon, yes, I saw this. Sad news about British photographer Martin Parr, who died yesterday. Yes, I saw that news today. Matter of fact, I'll show you what I had in mind. We were going to take a look at Mary Ellen Mark. But I think that's a good, I'm glad you brought that up, Simon. Let's see here. I only have one Martin Parr book. If I can find it. This right here. This is The Nonconformist by Martin Parr. Hey, what's up? Thanks for being here. Let me bring this in a little bit closer here. This is my only Martin Parr book, but yeah, it would be fitting that we would take a look at it today. Awesome. This was a gift from Alex, my brother's girlfriend. And this is my, as I said, one and only Martin Parr book. So this, give you a little bit of insight here. In 1975, fresh out of art school, Martin Parr set about to photographing the picturesque Yorkshire mill town of Hebden Bridge and surrounding Calderdale, documenting a traditional way of life that was beginning to decline. Susie Mitchell, whom he had met in Manchester and who would go on to become his wife, started writing about the people of the town and the area and the chapel and the farming communities that Martin photographed over a period of 5 years. Together they assembled a remarkable document now published in book form for the first time. Hey Mel, good to see you. Hope you've been well. If you're just joining us, we're taking a look at The Nonconformist by Martin Parr. This is the one Martin Parr book that I have, and with his passing yesterday, as Simon brought up, I thought this would be a good time to take a look at it. This here is the introduction from Susie Parr, his wife, so several pages there, so I won't bore you with my reading of that many pages. Hebden Bridge is a beautiful place. That's awesome that there's someone here with some context, considering I've never been. Never been across the pond. Really like this one. That white almost just blending in with the sky there, the way they're just like perfectly silhouetted on the edge. Picture house. Now I'm getting the itch to make a photo book again. That's how it happens. The one thing that can kind of get me inspired, especially when I'm really in a rut, looking at books. That usually is the one thing that will make the biggest of difference, even if it's a small difference at times. Now quite a touristy place, particularly in the summer. Still beautiful though. Oh wow, this is Carpet Factory. Yeah, it would be interesting to see it in modern day with this book in hand and just kind of comparing. I just need the kick in the ass to actually post work online. I'm the worst at it. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll be honest. At least in recent months, with posting new stuff. I like this feeling like slightly off kilter there. You can see a woman standing there in the window. Okay, Matt, I thought that was you going off of the username, but I never want to misspeak and someone be like, "What the hell?" I thought that was you though. Wait, people post their work online sounds fake. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like I don't know, seems odd. Hey Ralph, what's going on? Only thing I'm worse at than posting is bookkeeping. Yeah, I hear that. My girlfriend's mom ordered your book Surveyor for me as a birthday gift. Really excited to add it to the collection and look through it. Oh, that's awesome. Well, happy early or belated birthday, whichever it may be. I hope you enjoy the book. Jack, I'm late. What are we looking at? We are looking at The Nonconformist by Martin Parr, who sadly passed away yesterday. So, Simon brought that up when we got the stream started, and I thought it would be a fitting time to take a look at this one, since this is the one Martin Parr book that I own currently. Rest in peace. To my knowledge, he was still working. Um, I feel like I've seen video of him, out making new work within the last couple of years at least. I've always enjoyed listening to Martin Parr in conversation, whether it be lectures that are recorded and shared online, or if he's ever been like a guest on a podcast. Um, there's a lot of really good Martin Parr videos on YouTube. If you haven't seen his work or heard him speak about photography, definitely worth taking some time and just learning a bit more about him and his work. Oh wow. Mel says I legit got an email from the photographers gallery. He had a signing on the 2nd. Wow. Yeah, very sudden. That's awful. I love this one. That glow from that light and just all the light on their shoulders and hair. Beautiful. Weekly service. Couple churches nearby, about that same size, around here. Just a one-room sanctuary, little chapel. Evening, y'all. First time joining live in the UK. Hope everyone's doing good. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate that. We are taking a look at Martin Parr, the Nonconformists, right now. Hope the new 4 p.m. Eastern time slot works out a little better for you over in the UK as well. This time slot works great for me, and last week everyone seemed to be in favor of it, so felt wrong to change up the schedule for doing it every Wednesday for almost a full year, but 4 p.m. is nice, and on a Sunday that's nice as well. Hell yeah. Awesome. No, I haven't been able to make one since I sorted my sleeping out. Well, I'm glad for your sake that you did get your sleeping schedule situated. But yeah, this time slot works great for me, and it seems like people all over uh, different continents are it's working. So hey, what's up? Hey again, Matt. How's your day? It's pretty good. I'll be honest. It's better than the last couple of days. Today I've been able to breathe a little bit easier. Not literally, but just peace of mind, I guess. I'll share that in just a minute. Because we're about done with this one here. Some of these are kind of just like single images or 2 to 3 images with a little bit about it, but that's a really good one right there. Martin Parr, the Nonconformist, rest in peace. Again, if you haven't seen his work or listened to him speak at all before, definitely take the time to check him out. He's great. Yeah, it's been the last few days have been a little crazy. Thursday, my brother went into the hospital. The squad had to come and pick him up. Wasn't sure what was going on. I got a call from him and had to leave and pick the boys up from school early so that I could get home and get him out of his chair and in bed and try to get his blood pressure and everything down. And yeah, just trying to figure out what was causing the issue. He's a quadriplegic, and so there can be a number of things that can be causing it. And that was Thursday. Friday morning, he went into the hospital. That's when the squad came. It was Friday morning. And So he's been there, and I just went over today to bring him some stuff and drop off his van because hopefully he'll be getting discharged tomorrow and we'll be able to drive home. So his van is set up for him to drive. So you've got to take the passenger seat out and slide it into the driver's position, and then everything is hand operated. So you have to like kind of modify a couple things, and then I can drive it. And then I drive over there, put the seat back where it was, and have it set up so that he can, wheel in and lock in place. But the chair that when I locked it in place today, at least, it wasn't fully locked in place. So I went around a left curve at a roundabout, and the chair started sliding backwards. So I was like holding on to the steering wheel, like pulling myself forward, making sure the chair didn't slide back any further. But luckily, it was very close to the hospital, so I didn't have to drive too much further than that. But yeah, I got that done, and so hopefully tomorrow he'll be discharged. Just had a really bad infection because things weren't, just things happen. And so yeah, got an infection that they are taking care of with antibiotics and everything. He's feeling much better. A couple days were rough and scary, but he's doing good now. So should be home tomorrow, and then yeah, I'll feel a lot better then. but yeah. So if I seem off at all or anything today, that explains it. So I appreciate you asking, though. Cam, I think Matt is about to start a photo motorcycle biker gang. No, speaking of my brother, that's the one thing that I have to constantly be, and my own children as well, of course. But if I go down and am not able to do things that I need to do, that throws a big wrench into things. One of these days, maybe when I'm an old timer, I'll get on a bike then, go out in the flames of glory. I appreciate you guys, genuinely. I appreciate it. We're hanging in there though. We've rolled with the punches a lot over the years. We've gotten decent at that. So, yeah. Tuesday, Forrest goes in for a checkup on his post-surgery, his first one where he had tonsils and adenoids removed and ear tubes put in, and he has a laryngeal cleft that we found out about, which has explained him aspirating when he drinks water, because we've had to have him on thickened liquids. Speech and sound, like being able to project certain sounds. So that he has surgery on literally a month from today. I just now noticed, January 7th. So, yeah, he's got a checkup on Tuesday. I'm going to take him up to Columbus, get that taken care of, make sure he's good to go. And then another surgery in a month, which is a little bit more in depth, a little bit more to it. So it's anxiety goes up a little bit more with that one. But once we get through that one, get him healed up, we should be smooth sailing. So, yeah, that's next on the list. But let's take a look here at Streetwise. Let me bring this back down. No, not that. Why isn't it? Oh, I'm not sizing the right thing. 1 minute. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. Think we got it. I appreciate that, guys. documentary changed my life when I first saw it. The Tiny Streetwise documentary. I'm pretty sure. Let me see real quick. If I remember right, yeah, I got that one on. Is this Blu-ray or DVD? This is Blu-ray. Yeah, I don't even remember. Oh, I think Ito might have got this for me actually. But yeah, I don't really own any Blu-ray or DVD. Uh, like I don't have a collection of physical movies. I gave all of my DVDs to my friend Jesse when he opened a record store. I was like, here, you can just use this as used DVD inventory, and just gave him all of my movies. And then several years went by, and I'm like, why the hell did I do that? But it is what it is. If you haven't read or looked through this book, this is again Streetwise Revisited, Tiny by Mary Ellen Mark. This is a super, super good book. You've probably seen some of this work if you're familiar at all with hers. Cam, Cam, you did not have to do that. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. That's very, very kind of you. You did not have to do that. But thank you, genuinely. I will absolutely treat the family. I appreciate that. That'll be this week when everyone's home and doing better. Oh boy. You guys can't see me right now. Yes. Let's talk about this book. I had a good I had a good teenage experience, and this book is a good reminder of what it was like for not only these people. This is a glimpse of just a handful of people. Um, if I remember right, this was the first Mary Ellen Mark book that I got. If I remember right, this was the work of hers that I first saw, and instantly connected with it. Especially at the time, like heavily shooting just black and white and just walking with my camera every day. And also, yeah, just having the camera, being more mindful of like never being anywhere without my camera. Um, and the way she photographed people was a huge, huge inspiration in that. Cam, I'm gonna get you back. Get you back for that one. Always loved this one. So this is Tiny when she was pregnant with Dalen. This is Tiny a little bit older. This was when drugs started playing a bigger role. This one is like a classic Mary Ellen Mark portrait. That slight tilt, but it doesn't feel, she doesn't feel, it feels balanced despite that, Yeah, totally different time. It's going to be really interesting to see how current street photography, how it ages with the people all looking down at their phones, and if and when that ever stops. There's got to be some sort of major shift for that to not be the norm the way it is. um, I mean, it's like the AI slop. It's like once you open the faucet, turning it off, like good luck, you know? The way people just full throttle. And I don't know what would ever happen that would change, you know, that would change that, but so good. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Didn't realize she shot on I assume, TLR sometimes. She, I'm trying to think. Someone else could probably tell you better. I can't remember if she used a Hasselblad, like one of the V series, or if she used a TLR or a mix of both. I can't remember exactly. In my head, I'm thinking something with an interchangeable back, with a lot of the like portrait stuff that she shot, but maybe not. I don't really remember. I think photography will become more important. You can't fake film when you're holding it in your hand. That's a good point. The credentials, being able to like prove something. Who was it? I'm pretty sure we're looking at a book from, yeah, this is a book from Aperture. Brian Burks, shout out Brian. He posted something the other day where it was like a photo contest that Aperture was holding, and it was like one of the frequently asked questions for the photo contest was, can I use AI created art? And it was like, yes, as long as you say so. And it's like, what are we doing? is How is that photography at all? How is that? I don't have any any faith in the AI art bullshit, but that was, yeah, really uh, discouraging to see a someone like Aperture. Okay, so I think these little notches right here. Here's a square shot. If I remember right, that's a Hasselblad indicator. Those little notches you get in the film border. If anyone can confirm that, I feel like I remember that, but that's a deep, deep pull from many years ago. Yeah, it's on all of these square format. Like, I think that is what you see around the edge of a V mount, or not V mount, thinking of a battery, but like one of the film backs for one of the V series Hasselblads. I would check mine, but I sold it years ago. I think when the engine in my work van blew. And I was like, well, here goes some cameras. I work in tech and I can't stand how AI is everywhere. I can't even imagine. Like, the way that every company is like, check it out. We added this AI feature for you. You pay us way more money now. It's like, I really didn't want that. You're kind of making it worse. Skip past some of these because there's kids and YouTube and all that stuff. That's a kid sleeping just to not alarm anybody. It's so good. The head leaning, everyone leaning in that direction, like off the frame. And that expression. The trust they had to have to get pics like her crying with the cigarette like that is insane. It's like the camera wasn't there. That's yeah, that's a testament to her and her approach and the relationship, you know. Um, I've talked about it before in videos, and she's talked about it herself about the access of being a woman, being able to go into someone's home and like their guard isn't really, their guard is down a little bit more because she was a woman, and like using that to her advantage. She was aware of things and like knew how to let people let her in, you know, not in a um, exploitive way, but just in a trust, you know, like she let people know that they genuinely could trust her. And this relationship with Tiny and everyone surrounding Tiny, friends and family throughout her life, without her one-on-one relationship with Tiny, that wouldn't translate to any of the people around her, you know. It really, really comes down to that. So this was all work made later. This was all 2014. So this was added, sort of a revisited uh, edition here. The dedication to follow the project across decades is astounding. Absolutely. That's, again, like, I have to remind myself constantly to slow down and chill and not feel like I have to do something and like make something, release it, and on to the next thing. Um, I've got to really remind myself of that. Like, I've been playing the long game with photography for, 20 plus years now. YouTube, I think, kind of rewired my brain in a way where it's like you got to keep pumping stuff out, and you got to keep, you know, you can't stop the machine. And I've had to learn and be, I guess, just conscious of that in, burnout periods and things like that. I have to remember, it's, like the Alabama song, I'm in a hurry to get things done. It's like that. My life is an Alabama song, which is preferred, to be honest. I also wonder what made her select this family to follow. Did she know they were in a tough situation and decided that would be her subject? I think it all, I mean, just started individually with Tiny. She met Tiny and just sort of developed that one on one relationship, and then continued spending time with her. And through that was also spending time with, the people around her. So, Streetwise Revisited by Mary Ellen Mark. Excuse me. I just choked on an ice cube. I'm not still crying, but I just tried to. I don't have any water, so I was like, I'll just grab an ice cube real quick. That didn't work. Uh, Chris Killip talks about having that first connection to get an in too. I bet you can relate with the paper mill work. That's a great point. Speaking of that one, let's see. Okay, there it is. Skin and Grove. This is one we've taken a look at before on stream. Skin and Grove by Chris Killip. If you don't have this one as well, give you just a quick little glance through here. Got to run. It stopped raining, and my kids want me to play soccer with them. Hey, duty calls. Enjoy your Sunday. Thanks for stopping in. Chris Killip, photographing Skin and Grove. This is an incredible book. Some really, really heavy moments in the book. Just incredible. But yeah, being able to build that relationship with people where they trust you, they understand what you're doing, and they know you're not doing anything, like I said, exploitive or anything nefarious. That goes a long way. Do you still have the 3 set books from Mary? Yes, the massive. Let's see. Oh, this is Mary Ellen Mark. Literally, the book of everything. 3 massive, massive books from Mary Ellen Mark. This thing is so heavy. Yeah, if I was considering selling this over the summer, just because it's one that I could make, not only my money back, but it would help. This was $150 when I bought it. essentially $50 a book. Totally fair. Kind of a steal considering it's this like nice boxed slipcase set, and again, it's Mary Ellen Mark. Um, they're going for way more these days, and I wouldn't sell mine for like what I mean. You know, mine is hasn't been. It's in good shape, but it's been looked at, and it's you know, it's not one of those like items I've kept in shrink wrap, but this book is, or books, I should say, they've really gone up in value. All the video audio is off. I hate that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when that happens, and I don't understand how. Refresh. Oh wait, I refreshed the chat. My bad. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, the chat's like way behind now too on screen. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Try and refresh again. It's okay. Still love you. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's... I don't know why it does that. It does that, like, midstream sometimes. Yeah, now the chat is way behind on screen. Let's see if I switch. Not that one. Hi, guys. That's my FaceTime camera. Okay, this one's better. This is fixed at least. The chat is. I wanted to share the covers of these books because they're so cool. This is book 1. And then book 2. And book 3. All the covers having photos of her like all the way across edge to edge. I just thought that was cool. I like the way they did that. Hey, Northwest England here. What's up, Joseph? Do you use a graphic tablet when masking and shading in Lightroom? I've been using the mouse, but it kills my wrist. Any recommendations? Sorry for the rogue gear question. No problem at all. I have done it a little bit with the iPad. I've never used like a Wacom or Wacom or whatever the hell they're called. Never used anything like that. But I've used the iPad in a pinch for like really meticulous stuff. But not that often. I don't do, but that's the thing. Like for my specific use, I don't do a ton of mask kind of work in post anyway. So it would be useful, I'm sure. Like when I did use the iPad, that was kind of my thought. Was like, oh, for people who do this sort of thing, this would be nice because the latency was really good. But you know, not something I've used a ton. I wish the Lightroom app for the iPad had more functionality. Yeah, I've never been happy with the Lightroom, any of the Lightroom like mobile versions, iPad version for phone, any of it. Just not a fan. I am going to be trying out several different like photo editing applications because I'm trying to find a replacement for Lightroom. As much as I have just complete muscle memory with, that's probably not the right term, but like I'm just so comfortable with it, using it for the last 15 probably years. But the way that they are with pricing and serving up so much AI slop in their advertisement and like pushing AI creation in general, I'm just over it, and I'd rather either not pay a subscription, or if I am locked to some sort of subscription, I would love to not, you know, put my money there. So whatever I do find, I'll share my findings in a video, because that's been something I've wanted to do for a while. It just sucks that Lightroom works really well for how I like to edit and catalog things. One of them I'm going to be looking at is the DxO Photolab 9. That's one. And then I also want to look at the Affinity programs as well. Yeah, the uploading to the cloud. Cloud organization and keeping all of my files in the cloud. I'm not a fan of that either. Um, I guess I'm too old for that, maybe. But it's like I would prefer to be working off of a physical drive right next to me or stored on, stored locally. Hey, what's up? Matthew, thanks for joining us. Taking a look at one of the books from the Book of Everything by Mary Ellen Mark. I saw someone post that they buy Adobe products for a full year every Black Friday to save money, and I'm bummed I haven't been doing that. I've never tried that myself. Maybe I should be doing that too. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't let this book go, or these books go over the summer. It's been a minute since I've flipped through it, and yeah, it's printed so well. I've heard good things about the Mac Mini, Matt. Yeah, I've got friends who have bought those specifically just for, a dedicated computer for X, Y, or Z. And it's like, it's a pretty good system if you want to get something that you can work from without having to build out something insane. Yeah, Negative Lab Pro, that's a good shout. That's another thing that has kept me sort of married to Lightroom for converting all of my film negatives. Recently, though, in a newsletter, they shared, or maybe they had shared it before. The first time I had heard about it was in a Negative Lab Pro newsletter email I got. But they are going to be making a standalone version of Negative Lab Pro so that you can just use that and not as an extension through Lightroom. So that immediately I was like, boom, that's one less thing that keeps me tied to using a Lightroom. So I don't know when that's going to be available, but that's definitely good to know. Yes, this is one of the big 3 volumes in a set. This is book 1 from the Book of Everything. Yeah, yeah, I think a lot of people uh, would be interested in a standalone version of that because I'm sure a ton of people, especially people who like only shoot film, that's probably the one thing that they use Lightroom for is for that extension. So being able to not be tied down to that would be great. Hey Ray, thank you. Thanks for being here. Enjoy yourself, and yeah, see you back here next week. That's a good one there. Edward Martins really likes DxO Photolab 9. He has a short review of it. I'll check that out. I've like got my feet wet a little bit with it, just getting started, but so far it seems like it's got a lot of potential. But I haven't really spent proper time with it yet. Just a couple minutes after downloading it, just a couple days ago. But I've been a little busy. So good. Kids on the farm. Hopefully they do reprint this one. We were talking about that a little while ago. It's gone up crazy in price. When I bought it, it was $150, so $50 per book. I'm trying to think of what year that was. I think it was 2020 when this was published. Yeah, Martin Parr, we talked about that. We took a look at his book, The Nonconformists. We took a look at that at the top of the stream today with his passing yesterday. This is the Psych Ward work of hers, if you've never seen it before. Oregon State Hospital. 1976. This is a rough one. during the filming of Apocalypse Now. To think this is how we'd handle mental health then. Yeah. Yeah, it's some of those are tough to look at. I've talked about it before. My wife and I talk about it all the time, just thinking about, people with different developmental disabilities, and how they were treated, like how grateful we are that our daughter with her autism, and all of her challenges, that she's living in this timeline, where there's understanding and compassion, just a totally different world would have had totally different set of circumstances. Hey, Pete. Good to see you. We're taking a look at the Book of Everything. This is book 1 by Mary Ellen Mark. I think next week we'll dig into book 2. We'll continue this one. We took a look at Streetwise Revisited a little bit ago, and then we popped this one open. Let me, speaking of popping open, we're just going to skip that part. Maybe that part too. Forgot there's some stuff here that YouTube's probably not super psyched on. Let me see if there's anything else in this book that we can share. Okay, we got some photos from India here. Snake Charmer with his son. The anxiety that photo gives me. Hey Matt, bought another piece of gear after one of your reviews. The Wotencraft Pilot 7 liter. Awesome bag. Hell yeah. Such a good bag. For a over-the-shoulder camera bag, that's still my go-to. If I've got to bring my computer with me, I'll switch to a backpack style bag, but for just throwing a camera and the daily essential stuff, I love that bag. I'd be freaking out trying to take that photo. Yeah, no kidding. Love that one. That is book 1. Just a portion of the Book of Everything, which is the Book of Everything. I mean, it's a lot, but like, think about the amount of her work that isn't in this. If these are all the keepers, something to think about. But that's going to do it for this week's stream. I appreciate all of you being here. We'll be back next week, next Sunday, with more. We'll take a look at book number 2 from the Book of Everything. And if you have any questions until then, let me know. But yeah, that'll do it for today. I'm used to saying tonight. It's getting a little bit dark. out there, but this is a lot better than the super late time for me. So appreciate y'all joining me, and yeah, we'll be back next Sunday. Almost said Wednesday again. Next Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, you all be safe, enjoy yourselves, be good to one another, and love you all. Appreciate you a lot. I will see you next week.